Hey, how's it going, guys? My name is Jackie Fish and welcome back to some more Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord. Today we're going to be diving in and taking a look at a really awesome mod I found over on Nexus Mods. This is the religion mod, and basically it does what it says. It goes ahead and adds in 9 different religions into the game and adds in a bunch of mechanics with them, which I think actually really enhances the gameplay of Mount and Blade 2 Bannerlord in a very positive way. It gives you loads more options to interact, as well as bonuses to your army and all that lovely stuff. So let's go ahead and load into one of the save games I have. This is just a brand new vanilla save I loaded up just so I can basically show you guys. I will on top of that also be going ahead and putting up some screenshots to go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. But yeah, I mean, overall I think this mod is great. Unfortunately the modder isn't developing it anymore, so this is kind of like all we're gonna get, but it's very, very cool, and I think it kind of stands for a really cool concept about adding these additional kind of like layers, whether it is religion or like brotherhoods or, you know, like stuff like that, like these secret societies. I think there's a bunch of really cool stuff that can enhance the gameplay with these type of mechanics. So basically, to go ahead and get up the religion screen when you are in the campaign, you just have to press the R key, and that's going to bring up this little thing right here. You'll be able to see a nice little bit of lore about your religion. As you can see, they are pretty in depth. All of these were lore friendly to Calradia, so people had read up on, you know, what these factions are all about and then have created something, you know, to kind of fit that narrative. And as I said, there are 9, and each of them have these really unique religion screens where you can do a ton of stuff with them. So as you can see right here, you can go ahead and do a bunch of stuff. You can release horses to go ahead and bonus. Again, this is obviously something to do with horses, so we can release them. And obviously, if we convert to a different religion, you can convert to religions. However, it will reset your progress with that religion, obviously meaning you can't do as many things. So for example, if I was to change religion, as you can see, I can now sacrifice an animal instead of releasing horses. I don't know if this place will actually have a sheep with me where I could just buy it, and I can show you guys that if we go to animals, I might be able to find, well, yeah, perfect, they have a sheep. So let's go ahead and sacrifice that. By pressing R, we can sacrifice for sheep, and that's going to go ahead and give us a nice little bonus, as well as increasing our morale a little bit later on, obviously once it's kind of ticked over, which is really, really cool. So obviously, as I said, you have this screen, and you can see there's only a handful of religions I can convert to, but there are obviously multiple more than that. As well as that, we also have a temple system in the game, so there are now temples and high priests. There are currently 2 temples to 2 different religions in this settlement, and there's going to obviously be, depending on where you go around Calradia, there's going to be different types of temples. When you enter these temples, you can go ahead and make donations, which will go ahead and increase your morale of your army, as well as improve your, I guess, further of that religion or of said religion. So obviously, if you can get it, you're further high enough. There are actually some certain bonuses you'll get. So yeah, so there's different ones. So you can be, if you're less than 50 supportive of said religion. So if I go out of the city again. So if this number, so you can see this number has gone up because I sacrificed that sheep. If this number is below 50, I am just classed as a believer. If it's between 90 and 50, I am faithful. And if it is over 90, I am then classed as a fanatic. So there's kind of multiple stages, and each of these stages will go ahead and give you different bonuses. Every time you sacrifice from this menu, it goes ahead and gives you a 10% morale bonus to your army immediately, and also gives you another 10% for future ones you do as well. And as well as that, it also goes ahead and gives you 10 devotion to your religion. So you can get your devotion up pretty high. However, it obviously does decay the further you go ahead and do. As well as that, if you are over 50 relations or further to your religion, you also get a brand new dialogue option, which is very cool. So whenever you meet a lord, if he is of your religion, you can go ahead and hit him up and be like, yo, and you get a special voice line, and that will give you, I believe, 5 relationships to start off with that lord, which again, I think is great. I think it's a really unique way of having kind of this added system to the game where you can improve your relationships with lords and ladies, because I think that is one of the least utilized parts of the game right now, is that relationship aspect. And it's such a grind to get up your relationship with lords, because quests do like +2, +3 winning battles, give you like +1, +2, and over a course of a campaign, you're not really going to be boosting that up. So I really love the idea of having these additional things, you know, where if you are a certain religion and you've kind of gone down this path, there is a way of really, you know, boosting up that relationship just a little bit more. And I think Bannerlords definitely need to add in more stuff like that. So you can also go ahead and obviously, as you can saw it when we went into the settlement, you can go ahead and give you can go ahead and give donations. These donations go ahead and again increase your party morale and give you loads of fervor or devotion, I think that number is called, to a religion. Just straight off the bat, it gives you plus 15 again, as well as giving you plus 10 relations with all the local notables as well. So all of these guys, if I had 8 grand, would then like me plus 8. So again, I love that. I love the idea of having them extra assets to go ahead and commit to improve your relations. I think, again, Bannerlords need to add in more stuff like that. As I already said, you can also offer items as well. So, if I wanted to go ahead and, give stuff to have a feast in favor of a religion, again, I'd have to go ahead and have 5 wine, 3 cheese, and then we would be able to do that. Again, I'm not sure if they actually have that in the shop. I could just buy right now, and I can show you guys exactly. Do we have any wine here? Doesn't look like it, so I can't exactly show you guys, but that's absolutely fine. Actually, what I can do really quickly is I can just go to the cheat menu, so I'll do that now quickly. Okay, so I went ahead and grabbed up the stuff, so now we can go ahead and do this. And there you go, boom. So I actually also increased my charm. Again, I like having kind of these other ways of increasing stats like that. And as you can see, I've gone ahead and increased my relationship with all of these guys. I believe all of them are religiously, yeah, these guys are all that religion, right? There's not a single one who is not of this temple. Because I assume they're all of the Kalos religion. You can see their devotion here as well. I imagine if I went ahead and maybe kind of did a different religion, they wouldn't necessarily like me as much. As well as that, you can see the types of religion in a settlement as well. So up here on the left-hand side, you can see that the majority of the settlement is very much in favor of Karos, and you're going to have to convert that when you take a settlement. This does also mean that, like, when you do take a settlement of a different religion, so for example, if we went down here in the Azerai lands, you would be able to see, I can actually just TP over there, if you go over here, if say for example the Empire was to conquer this, they would obviously quite quickly find out that, this is of a completely different religion. This is of the Ahuzaz religion. Again, butchered that, I apologize. So again, they're going to have public order issues. They're going to have to station a bigger garrison here, and they're going to have to slowly start to convert that out by holding temples and doing stuff like that. And trying to go ahead and, just try and basically convert that out. Again, this also does lead to some really interesting stuff as well, because what you can go ahead and do is, like, if anyone wanted to carry this on, is you can start adding in building templates as well. So maybe you have to start improving, buildings, and you have to build temples and add stuff like that. Like, I just think the potential of something like this is really, really deep, and, modders could go very hard with something like this. Because again, I feel like this system and, like, the building system are some of the most underutilized systems in Bannerlord, and I'd love to see someone really dive in and go ahead and mess around with them. Again, as well, as you can see, if I was to go over to this place right here, in villages, again, you can see maybe they don't have a religion base up here. I believe they do. I believe there is a way to look at it. I'm actually just not 100% sure exactly where we would overall see that is going to be the religion mod. I think it's absolutely awesome, and it's a shame the modder is no longer developing this, but maybe someone else will take up the mantle and help improve this, or at least we'll see hopefully variants of this in other mods, because I think it's a really great way of kind of adding in another layer, whether it's through religion, whether it's through brotherhoods, whether it's through secret society, or like clans, or I don't know what. You could do so much with something like this, and hopefully this will give people ideas, because it is a really awesome mod, and I highly recommend you mess around with this whilst it is stable with Mount and Blade Bannerlord, because obviously that game does update pretty regularly, so I think use this whilst you can. But it's definitely awesome. It gives you morale bonuses. It's a good way for you to get relations with other lords, which I think this game desperately needs. It's a bit of a money sink as well, so you don't just accumulate hundreds of thousands of gold, which again is really cool. You can go ahead and get good morale bonuses to your army. You can meet lords that are of your religion and really like you because you're very faithful, and you can also meet lords as well. This is something actually I didn't mention is that there are religions that do clash with one another as well. So many of the religions don't like certain other religions. So again, if you meet lords of said religion, you're going to get negative bonuses from them as well. So it is almost a double-edged sword. You have to kind of be very cautious with who you take on and who you like, and you're going to find yourself in some sticky situations, I am sure of it. But yeah, let me know what you guys thought of this down below in the comments. Is this a mod that you've been using? Are you going to go ahead and use this mod now that I've gone ahead and shown it off? Are there any other mods as well that you'd like to see on the channel that maybe I haven't shown, or maybe they've been updated recently, you want me to go back and take a look? I'd be more than happy to do that. Do keep in mind that I will be going ahead and using, unfortunately I won't be able to use this mod, but I will be starting a brand new Let's Play next weekend, so make sure you subscribe to that. It's going to be Life of a Crusader. We're going to be going around with our own custom faction. It's going to be absolutely amazing. I cannot wait to tune in for that, and make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you guys in the next one.